In this video, we are going to talk about what is consideration.
Welcome, class. Today, we are going to talk about what is consideration. In order to be a legal contract, most contracts will require consideration. Consideration is known as a bargain for exchange or something of legal value. So basically, in a contract, the promisor has made a bargain in exchange for his promise.
I promise to give you this diamond in exchange for $400.
And the promisee has given up something of value to receive the promise.
Okay. I will give up $400 in order to receive your promise of the diamond.
A promise is supported by consideration. F1. The promisee gave something up of value or gave up a legal detriment. And 2. The promisor made his promise as part of the bargain in exchange for the promisee's giving of value. Let's look at another example.
In this situation, Andy promises to pay Bob $50 in exchange for Bob's promise to mow Andy's lawn. Here each party has bargained for each other's promise. One promises to mow the lawn, the other promises to pay $50. This exchange constitutes consideration.
Now let's see another example, but without consideration.
Bob mows Andy's lawn while Andy is away on vacation. Later that night Andy returns and is thankful for the work Bob has done. Andy offers to pay Bob $40 for his time later that evening. When Andy refuses to pay Bob $40, Bob takes Andy to court for breach of contract. After hearing the facts, the judge decides there was no contract because there was no consideration for Andy's promise to pay Bob $40.
There was no consideration for Andy's promise to pay Bob because he did not bargain to have his lawn mowed. When Andy offered to pay Bob $40, the lawn was already mowed. In order for a contract to be enforceable, both parties need to give something up. If only one party gives something up, it would appear to be a gift. The purpose of consideration is to determine which promises are enforceable and which are not enforceable. Because Bob mowed Andy's lawn without making a bargain, there was no need for Andy to pay Bob $40. Even after Andy offered to pay Bob $40. Without a bargain it is not binding. In essence, Andy's offer to pay Bob looked more like a gift since there was no bargain to pay because at the time of the promise, Andy's lawn was already mowed, and the promise to make gifts are not enforceable.
Now that you know what consideration is, let's take a look at some examples of what is not consideration. What is not consideration? 1. Promise for love, affection, or to maintain a relationship. 2. Promise of a gift. 3. Gift with condition required or given. 4. Like in our previous example, promise to return on a past act, for which no promise was originally given. 5. Promise to return for an act that the person already had an existing obligation to do. Or 6. Promise and return for something illusory. Well, class, that does it for consideration. Please let us know if you have any questions. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. More videos coming weekly.